No, Notorious. Good morning, my little Smurfs. This might be the earliest I've ever played anything. Happy Saturday. I work Saturday mornings because I like having off on Fridays. So I am at work, and I've got 50 minutes until my first client. So let's, Oh, that's hot. Okay. We're going to play some Notorious here. Now, if you recall, the last time we saw our intrepid hero, he was getting knocked the fuck out. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, no. Accidental hotkey. Alright. So, Caperville, the arrogant brute, former Victorian gladiator. Oh my god, it's gonna be that kind of morning. Anyways, he's a former gladiator, now bounty hunter, nomad. He's on the planet Talus hunting for Navi Mod. He thought that he was doing pretty good. Oh, you know what? I need my notes. Hold on. Okay, so so when we last saw our intrepid hero, can you see my browser yet? There we go. All right, so he got knocked the fuck out. He was fighting against an attractive bear, who actually was a former gladiator with him, and turns out somehow has some sort of lead or connection towards the person I'm after. Chursabuk. She had this crazy warhammer that had this like this reflective orb on the edge, like one of those balls you see in a yard, except it vibrated really heavily, and she slammed it into the ground, and all these cows stampeded, and Capper got stampeded, and in the middle of the fight with her, he got knocked the hell out, and she managed to board her ship and escape. And at that point in the game, usually you would be rolling to see the condition of your character, right? You would be, oh man, I'm managing Windows like a fool over here. So usually you would roll for the failure and see what happens. But I happen to have an asset, this healer that's back in the spaceport, Pictoclick, this insectoid healer chick. And so instead of getting killified, unalived, killinated, Capper ends up, he finds himself waking up in like a vat of goo back at the healer's place, and he finds himself floating naked in this puddle of goo. And I mean, Luke, right, when he's in the Bacta tank, and he immediately starts writhing around and climbing out, and makes a mess of the place as he slops out of the tank, and Pictoclick says, or whatever Pictoclick say, and they speak the same language, because I don't want to deal with that. Oh my god, I need coffee. And so she's like, you're awake, you're alive, good to see you. And he's like, his pride is bruised and he's irritated, but not at her, at himself. So to her, he's, thank you. I'm grateful for your efforts. They shouldn't have been necessary, And she says, well, all, mistakes are inevitable, and not all of us can always do, be the best in every situation. And he's like, blah, blah. He's not hearing any of that, right? So, yeah, that was a rough run. Except I have to remember, let's see, it tells me specifically, here. So, I'm back at Vasvaba Spaceport, I love the name Pictoclick. So if I lose a fight, do not roll. Instead, you wake up in a tank of gelatinous liquid being tended to by a med bot. Sure, there was. Yes. Lose a favor or a notoriety. Oh, I'm pretty sure I already did this. Pretty sure I already did the loss. Because I didn't want to lose notoriety because I need it. Pretty sure I lost favor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I already knocked that down. So yeah, lost a little favor. Woke up in the goo. Very grateful, but now this asset has been used. So in my little sheet here, we're gonna cross it out. I can do that, can't I? Don't I have like a? Can I not cross out? Normal text style. Whatever Google. Whatever, it's done. Here, we'll go like this. There. Used. Done. Okay. We'll wake up at Healer's crib. Okay, wakes up in goo. Grateful but ashamed. Back at Vos, whatever it is. Vas Babas. Vas Babas. Ah. Okay. So wakes up at Vas Babas. He collects his belongings. He gets his stuff together. And he's like, all right, thank you. I have to continue on. My quarry is still out there. And so he finds his way. I'm just not awake yet. I shouldn't just open my mouth as wide as possible on camera. That's not good. Okay. So back on the grind, man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I hate it when it does that. Back on the grind. He's gotta keep trucking. He's gotta try to find his quarry. So Bandolier back on his back. Let's take a stretch, shall we? Bandolier adhered. He finds his way. I feel like I'm as groggy as he is. I feel it's appropriate for the story that I'm all groggy. Are you groggy? I know I am. All right, let's go. We're exploring. We're rolling just this. You don't need to see these rolls, do you? It's a 6. It's a 6. All right. Let's see what happens. 6. Nothing eventful happens. Gain 1 motivation and roll a die. I'm motivated by this lack of activity. Okay. Roll a die. Okay. 3. What destruction do you see caused by the intergalactic war? You know what this calls for. My GM Apprentice Oracle cards. Please hold. Hello, we're back. I have my GM Oracle Apprentice cards, and they're going to give me some words to use to see what kind of destruction that I see as a result of the intergalactic war. Did I say intergalactic war? Yeah? Okay, let's see. We're going to take a card. We're just going to go like this. Oh, man. I mean, you saw that coming, right? Gather new tourist. Gather new tourist. Please hold. Okay, gather new tourists. And this is about the intergalactic war. If you remember, we've got 3 factions on this planet: the Cartel, the Old Empire, and Mystic Order. So Hutts, Imperials, Jedis, right? So we're going to say that what I see is, as I'm leaving the spaceport, I'm seeing all these people getting gathered up, and they are people who are clearly loyal to the Old Empire. And the Targ Cartel is actually gathering up these people who came here of their own accord, that are people that are, I guess, citizens of the Old Empire. And they were traveling to the planet for whatever reason. But upon their arrival, they're actually being sort of taken into custody by the Targ Cartel. And, they're separating families, and the men are being separated over here, and any whatever women that are considered aesthetically valuable are being brought over here. So basically, I'm thinking of like the Twi'lek dancer in which one is that? Return of the Jedi. Basically, or Princess Leia, right? Like sort of being forced into dancing or entertaining. And the men being, thrown into mines or whatnot. So they're gathering the new tourists, if you will. That's the that's just sort of, I count that as destruction of family, destruction of whatever, solidarity, destruction of freedom. That's what's going on. They're gathering people up, and it's very creepy. All right, so that's what went on during exploration. So now we go to our destinations. Where do we find ourselves arriving? Oh, landed on a wire. Holy cow, this is a bouncy desk. 6. I arrive at a fortified base or palace run by the controlling faction. Fortified base or palace. Scab the Targ's palace. That's obviously where I arrive. How could it be? How could it be anywhere else? Scab the Targ's palace. Upon leaving, sees tourists from Old Empire. I mean, these are just very basic notes. Being gathered up and taken into custody against their will. I forgot to write this because it's the morning. Their will by the Targ. Very creepy. All right, so now Capper, I keep going back and forth. Capper doesn't intervene. It's not his business. Yeah. Capper doesn't intervene. Not his business. He's not a hero. He's a working man. All right, so finds his way to Scab the Targ's palace and just use Jabba. Just use Jabba. It's early. I'm sorry. It's just Jabba's palace. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's so lazy. I'm sorry. I know it's so lazy. It's so weak, but that's what we're doing. Yeah. Work with me here. All right. So we go to the palace, and what happens when we get to the palace? Let's see. Control 1. You arrive at the palace run by the control. Oh, resolve both. Gain a notoriety. And if it's 4 or higher, a hostile god approaches. Oh, I'm almost certain it is. Let's see. What's my notoriety? Shit, yeah. Gain a notoriety. All right, so I look like business walking right up to the door, and they're feeling it. They'd feel it right away. All right, so one of those Gamorrean pig guard dudes shows up and walks up to me, right? Yeah, that's right. I better be careful, though. I don't have my healer to use anymore. It's too early for a fight, guys. All right, your guard approaches. He has a combat bonus of 2, but he has no defense, so thank God. And what do I have again? Let's review, shall we? I have boop to boop boop. I have my rapid fire rifle for range, and then my hammer. I don't know why I would use the laser rifle if I don't need to. He approached. That's the exact words they said. So I'm using my hammer. He started it. All right. A hostile guard approaches. All right. So the hostile guard approaches. What do you want? Was that really loud? I'm so sorry. What do you want? And Capper just stares at him, like looks him up and down, and it's like, you're not the one I need to talk to. And the guard's like, well, if you're not talking to me, then you're not talking to anybody. And Capper's like, well, I'm certainly not talking to you. How's my banter? Really good. Hold on, let's have some more coffee. It's slightly less insanely hot, so that's good. I'm glad I took the lid off. Okay. I'm certainly not talking to you. So he Capper sort of just reaches over his shoulder to go start taking his hammer out, and he only just has his hand on the hammer, which he intended to sort of be like a threat. Oh, I could threaten this guy, right? I don't have to fight him. It just said that he approaches. Yeah. Hey, oh, gross. Why does it do that? Okay. You may threaten any hostiles you meet to warn them off. Okay. I'm going to try to threat. And I'm going to add half of my notoriety rounded up, which is 4, so that's 2. So I'm going to roll a blue die for me and a red die for him. I have to beat his die. I can't match it. So let's see. I'm adding half my notoriety. So I have a +2 on this roll. Do you want to see the roll? I can try to make it so you can see the roll. Let's see. I don't know if you're going to see this or not. Yeah, you could probably see it. You see how bouncy this damn desk is. Okay, here we go. You didn't see it. That's what you still don't see it. There it is. All right, so I got him. I threatened him. He's so scared of me. So scared. Okay, so the hostile backs down, no longer an immediate threat. Roll on the threat neutralized table. After a few terse words, they leave or move aside, allowing you to continue on your way. Threat neutralized. Okay, we roll on the threat table. I feel like I'm going to use the red die for this. This is a really bouncy table. Or desk, you would not believe. 2. They walk away muttering about their disdain for nomads. We don't need scum like you around here. What aspect of bounty hunting do they disagree with and why? Yeah, you know what? This guy just has an insecurity. He has like an inferiority complex. So he's just like, you think you're so much better than everybody else. You think the rules don't apply to you. But he also doesn't want to get his head crushed in with a hammer. And, this is like, he's probably like the only guard on duty. Actually, let's not wonder. Is he the only guard on duty? 50-50. Yep, he's the only guard on duty. So he's not interested in losing his life over something so trivial. And so, he tried to do his job, but he walks away defeated, grumbling under his breath about I'm a bounty around you. That was him. Oh my god. Okay. So good job, me. I didn't have to kill anybody today. I threatened him. He walked away. I don't get anything right? I just don't have to fight and risk my life. Okay, good. All right. So that chump walked up to me and gave me a hard time. So now we're going to roll twice on the destination events table. Okay. So, all right. I just want to show you I just want you to know how bouncy this table is. This table is insanely bouncy. All right. Where do you have to be able to see in order to see this? Watch this. It's crazy. Like, they bounce like popcorn or like grease in a frying pan, which is great for having like really random rolls. But they also try to make a break for it. Is that really loud? Oh, it is. It's super loud. Sorry, guys. Sorry, folks. I didn't realize that. Okay. Well, why am I not showing you my roll now that you're pointed at it? Where's a good place to roll so you can see it? Okay, here we go. We're rolling on the events table twice. First roll is 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Let's see what we got for 3 and 2. Right, roll twice on the events table. So we do 3 and 2. A large group of soldiers from the controlling faction are here. Interesting. Like Targ, is that what they're called? Targ soldiers? Right? What are they called? The Targ cartel. Yeah, okay. Targ soldiers. There's no way to avoid catching their attention. Well, shit. Okay. Oh, I have to... Let's not forget that I'm supposed to write down that I just had a conversation, right? I'll lay down here, right? Approached by the guard. Talked tall shit. Guard ran away like... to quote dude from Firefly. Oh, what was his name? The one played by Baldwin. Why am I suddenly forgetting his name? Oh, what's his name? The big dumb guy. Jane. Yeah, to quote Jane, guy ran away like a itty bitty bug. This does have a Firefly vibe to it. Firefly, Mandalorian, Star Wars. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? All right, so he ran away like a little itty bitty bug, but in this conversation, in this whole interaction, it's funny that I pulled a card that said that he was by himself, and then the dice are like, no, he's not. Do you know how I know he's not? Here's an entire pack of soldiers from the faction. This is gonna be fine. Accidentally got attention from a large group of soldiers. I'm not. I don't know. Do I even need to type all this? I don't know. Just so I don't forget, in case I go into a fugue state. There's no way to avoid catching their attention. Roll a die. I've rolled another 6. Some big 6s this morning. Let's see. Oh, your Nomad's Guild license holds up to inspection. Move along. Oh, you're not. Sorry, you're not on here. Okay, yeah. Your Nomad license holds up to inspection. Move along. Why are they checking every person's ID who passes through here? Ooh, interesting. Why are they checking everybody's ID? Okay. That's something to ponder. Let me think about that. Hold on. Okay, so the question that was posed was why are they checking everybody's ID who passes through here? And I thought about it, and I decided that okay. They check my ID. They see my badge, my Nomad Guild license, and so I show it to them, and they ask, like, who are you here for? Who are you after? And of course I don't, Casper doesn't tell them. That's a Nomad doesn't provide that information unless instructed to do so by the guild. And so the soldier says, well, listen, if you're here for Navi, you're not the first, and it's unnecessary. The cartel is taking care of this problem, and the Old Empire doesn't have anything to worry about, right? So because the Old Empire is the one that put out the contract on Navi. So he's saying, don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. We're taking care of it now. Which is probably bullshit, because the guild would have contacted Casper and told him to stop, to call off the contract. So it is almost certain that they are lying. So let's mark that. I thought I accidentally turned off my recording and I had a heart attack. Here we go. This is almost certainly a lie. The target, it's almost certainly a lie. But that does mean, the cartel is protecting her then? Perhaps, right? Because they're lying about it to get people off of the trail, so that would be interesting. That would be an interesting little twist. I like that. Okay, so I'm supposed to roll one more time. How much time do I have? 23 minutes. All right, 3 and 2. 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Oh, is that literally what I just rolled again? That's weird. We're not rolling it again. Oh, I should have just reversed the numbers. Whatever. 4 and 2. That is... That's the same goddamn table. All right, we're just going to reverse the numbers. So instead of 4 and 2, it's 2 and 4. So we're going to over here and go down here. And where am I? I'm still at Jabba's palace. All right, we're going to make it slightly different than Jabba's palace, because Jabba's palace is just a big building and it's all enclosed. So I want this to be more open. So made out of the same weird sand plaster crap, but it's going to be it's more open. There's villagers per se, but people are there. People are working. It's settlement-ish, but it's much more militaristic and controlled. I don't even think military is the right word, because clearly these guys are not they're not wearing uniforms per se. They're rough and tumble, right? They're slapdash, but they're clearly armed and paid well enough to be loyal to the cartel. And so amidst all of this, where am I going with this? I'm glad you asked. I would also like to know. Let's see. So we said 2 and 4. You discover a working forge here. run by a master artisan and their endearing mascot. The shop is cramped and cluttered. Okay. A master artisan. He finds a master artisan whose name is Bongani, Bogani, and his apprentice, who we're going to say is a girl named Zen, and his apprentice Zen. Okay. And their shop is cramped and cluttered. I like that idea. Can I, do these cards tell me what's there? Oh, there's a religious object, like a holy symbol. Okay. So cramped workshop. Holy symbol on the wall. You want to know what that holy symbol is? I'll tell you, because we have these cards that have all sorts of cool pictures. So the symbol is going to be that thing in the upper right of this card. That Norse rune right there, that's the holy symbol that's in their room. I'm not going to try to write that down or draw it. I just wanted to have it. What else do we see in there? It's time to move these around a little bit, right? Let's see. Flop, 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 flop. What else do we see in their cluttered room? Hobby gear. Oh, model spaceships. I love the idea that the girl, several completed model spaceships. I don't know what they're made out of. Obviously not plastic or something. Where's the camera right now? Where cam focus? Oh, you're just looking at me? Go away. Okay, so several completed model spaceships hang from the ceilings. So she's youngish. I'm going to say she's mid-teens. All right. Roll a die. Okay, so you don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. I'm changing. I only have one screen, so I'm changing my view to see what, and I have to remember to take you with me. Please don't go where I can't follow. 2. You enter the forge, but something about the smell here reminds you of your origin, and you leave. Interesting. I kind of wish I had rolled the other one. But hey, no, that's for next time. You enter the forge with something about the smell reminds you of your origin and you leave. What distinctive scent brings back memories? I don't know. I kind of want to use the cards again, right? Because I have these cards that have, scents. They literally have, smells and scents and stuff on the cards. So let me see. You don't need these cards to play this game. Maybe someone who's got more creative chops or the willingness to just kind of come up with their own stuff. I like the constraints. I like the prompts. It's more fun for me. All right. What does he smell? A sterile, clean room. A sterile, clean room. Let me think about that. See, this is tricky because he's he's so haughty and arrogant and the idea that a smell would make him turn tail and walk back out. I feel like it would have to be something that he's not actually fully aware of. I'm not getting introspection as one of the primary characteristics of Capper. And a sterile, clean room, that makes it even harder. But I really don't want to. I want to use this. Hold on. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to say. So the sterile, clean room. What this actually reminds him of is his time in his youth. So before he was a gladiator, before he had found his god, right, and before he had found his sort of zealot rage, he considered himself a coward, and he considered himself weak, and he considered himself unforged, and this is a result of like being a kid who grew up within he didn't grow up poor. He grew up in wealth. He was he grew up wealth, and I don't remember. I'm not sure why he got thrown into the gladiator pits by the old empire. I don't think I ever decided that. Did I? Did I? No, I never did, which is fine. But anyways, this reminds him of a time that's embarrassing to him. Like, he walks in and he sees all the spaceships hanging from the ceiling, and maybe that's something he did too. Or not the ships himself. So this is where I'm getting, like, I'm not using sterile, clean room literally. I'm using it as, like, the time of his life when things were, like, clean and pure and innocent, and that he hates, that he either can't admit that he misses, or that was, really great to him at once upon a time. But seeing, walking in and seeing this kid who's clearly well taken care of, like, she's obviously comfortable enough to be making models, and this artisan who's clearly taking care of her, like a child, right? Like a parent would. And maybe he gets judgy about it, and he's like, you know what? I don't even need to deal with people like this. He is, we're just going to say leads in a judgmental, did I spell judgmental right? I don't even know. Huff, after being reminded of his own weak childhood. That's what we're going to say. Okay, it's 8:46. Do I have time for another cycle of exploration and destination? We're sure as hell going to try. All right, folks, lightning round. So that was our destination. So we are at the palace of the huts or whatever. My notoriety has gone up quite a bit, which is good. It means that when we roll on the I keep forgetting you're not following me around here. All right, so that's good, because the more we go up on that, the more likely we are to find leads and our person. And, it would be interesting if we found them here in the palace, since it seems like they're protecting her. But why? Okay, so let's go back to here to the exploration table. Yeah, this is fun. I like this. Let's go. I've rolled a 1. There's no sign of your target, but something interrupts your hunt. Roll once on the events table. Okay. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Oh, we've done 3 and 1 before. So I guess I left the palace. Do I want to do the same prompt again? Okay, so first thought was like, gross, same prompt. I don't want to do it again. But hold on. So earlier in my little adventure here with Casper, we had found a building. Let's see, target. Let's see. Came across a building that was burnt down. The flame reminded me of the burning gladiator dorms by a lunatic. Filled me with anger. Gotcha. So that's what happened the last time I found a burning building. But so now it starts getting interesting, because why are they burning buildings? Because this is a second building that I found. Well, hold on. I don't know if it was them or not. So I smoke rising on the horizon and discover a burning building. The tracks outside suggest the residents left in a hurry. So let's do this. Okay, so another burning building. Interesting. Leave the palace. So as I leave the artisan's house, I see smoke on the horizon outside the walls of the palace. So leave the palace to investigate another burning building. And this time, though, we're going to see. Sorry, you didn't see me typing. I really got to. It's the morning. What do you want? I have 10 minutes. Let's see. Okay, this time it appears that this was done by a different faction. Gain a motivation. What smoldering clue left among the ashes gives away the perpetrators? Okay. So either the first fire wasn't actually set by Navi, or yeah, like, okay, so the fact that I'm able to tell that this one wasn't, hold on, oh, stretch attack. The fact I can tell that this fire wasn't actually set by Navi, and so that makes me call into question whether or not the first one was either. I mean, so let's look at the information we have. The first person, one of the locals I talked to said that not everything I understand to be true. Like, I don't know the whole truth. Maybe Navi didn't kill anybody. Maybe she killed the wrong person. We have the old Empire looking for her, but the Targ appear to be protecting her and lying about it. And then we have a fire that was set that looked like it was set by her. I mean, it just said this was the work of your client, but I can decide that or not. And then this one is saying was clearly done by a different faction. So what smoldering clue gives away the perpetrators? So there's something here that gives away. Let's get a noun. Let's get a noun. Let's see. Let's flip the deck a little. Twist it, flip it. Okay, right? And the noun is rebellion a noun? I don't know. Rebellion. Rebellion. What clue gives it away? Who burnt down? All right, here's what I want to know. It's a different faction. Navi isn't a part of any faction, so or is she? The client faction is the old. Okay, so Navi is almost certainly not. Let's find out. She's almost certainly not Old Empire, because that's who has it out. So unlikely that she's Old Empire. So she is not. She is not, a part of the Old Empire, which means she's either with the. Oh well, no. She could be. She could be from any faction, not just the three that are here. All right. Well, let's just ask. Okay. Unlikely for all three. So is she with the Targ cartel? Oh. Yep. Okay. So we suspect she is with the Targ cartel. So then if it wasn't her, who burnt down the building? That's the question. That is the question we have to answer. And that answer is going to be, it's either going to be the other two. I guess I don't want to decide, right? Well, no, I'm finding evidence. So, okay. So we're going to say high or low, either Old Empire or the Mystics. I feel like the Mystics are kind of good guys. So I'm going to give them, we're going to say if it's 1 or 2, it's the Mystics. If it's 3, 4, 5, 6, it is evidence of the Old Empire. And it falls off the desk. It's 1. So I find a robe. Maybe what smoldering clue? I know that seems so pedantic and lame. I don't have time to be picky. So in the building, he finds evidence. Oops, bring it over here. Of the what are they called? The Mystics. The Mystic Order. That's right, the Mystic Order. Of the Mystic Order. What do I find that makes me realize it was them? Do they straight out say that these guys have lightsabers or something equivalent? Because if they do, then that's the nonsense excuse I'm going to use. Okay, let's see. Factions. Too many factions. Oh, I hate it when it does that. The only reason I use this instead of Adobe Reader is because Adobe scrolls so badly and it zooms so badly. Mystic Order. Warriors of light and dark wielding improbable powers and ancient weapons. Okay, it doesn't say lightsabers. So the evidence that I found that it was them that burnt down the building is going to be what about a lack of evidence? Like, if it was normal means, you would be able to see that they set the fire or how they set the fire. But the fact that there doesn't seem to be... Okay, so the evidence of the Mystic Order is that it appears that the fire was started from outside the building and several feet away. Like someone standing at a distance and we're going to say conjuring fire. Okay, so clumsy maybe? Seems clumsy. Maybe a younger member of the order. So a younger member of the order shows up at this joint, right? And like lights the place up. Yes, okay, that's what's going on. So they lit the place up. This young buck, if you will. How do I get back to the table I was looking at? Here we go. Smoke rises. So this was done. Gain of motivation. Okay. So the Mystic Order burnt down this building. But why? What was in this building? I need to know what this building was for. We're gonna do why. I'm gonna use the catalyst on these cards, right? I'm gonna pull a catalyst card. Let's flip the deck over. Okay. Catalyst. DNA altered? What? I don't know what that means. This is getting too weird. Okay. Fine, whatever. Why did they do it? DNA altered? Is that too weird? I don't know. The DNA altered. So what kind of building was this? A lab in the middle of on this desert planet? Okay, whatever. Okay. DNA altered. He goes into the building. Inside the building is a trapdoor in the floor that leads to a lab of some sort. Appears to be... I don't know. Maybe appears to be genetic work in nature, but everything is destroyed. If everything's destroyed, how would he know it's genetic in nature? He's not that smart. Nah, that card's too crazy. I don't want to do that. All I know is that we're just going to say, but why? Okay, let's just ask this. Is Capper able to tell, and we're going to say unlikely because he's not the brightest bulb on the tree, is he able to tell the purpose of this building or what was being done in this building? Okay, that's what we're going to ask. And the answer is no, he can't tell. He can tell there was documents there. Yeah, so building had a lot of books and papers, but it's all destroyed, and he can't tell why. I think I have... Yeah, that's exploration. I can't do... It's 8:58. I have to stop. I don't want to stop. It's not fair. I wish this thing would stay... I wish OBS would just stay paused indefinitely, because I don't want to edit videos. But that's okay. This is 43 minutes already, so we're going to stop here. His next destination, stay tuned. He continues to wander the desert as Capper looks for his prey. And this time around, I guess not a ton happened. What did happen this time? Do you know? I don't know. Why aren't you telling me? A lead, a ship? No, that was all last time. He just got to the palace, intimidated somebody, saw some people getting enslaved, used up his asset. Kind of a super exciting episode here, folks. Stay tuned for next time when something happens. I'm not doing this for you anyways. I'm doing it for me, because if I record, I actually play, because I'm a chatty fuck. All right. That's it. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for the continued adventures of Casper. And Notorious. Okay, bye.